In the last video, we created the current weather method, which takes in the longitude and latitude, and it returns an observable of type any. Now, we use the HTTP client, which was injected inside the constructor. So we say return this.http.get. Inside, we pass in the endpoints. Now, inside the endpoint, we pass the latitude, the longitude, the units, and also our app ID. So right now, what we want to do is inside our app.component.ts, we need to call this current weather method, just like the way we called this get position. So if I go into our app.component.ts, down here, inside the ng after view init, you can see right here that we use this.weather.get position, then we are getting the data. Now, if we go to the console, let's see the data that we can, or how we can obtain the longitude and latitude from the data. So if I open my console right here, open this up, you can see we have this chords object. Inside the chords object, we have the latitude and the longitude. So right here, I can change this. Maybe let me just change this to response, this to response as well. So inside here, we can do chords.latitude and console.log response.chords.longitude. So now, if I save this, then go back to the browser, let me clear this up. We are going to see the latitude and the longitude being displayed in the console. What we just need to do is call the current weather method, passing the latitude and the longitude as well. You can see them right here. We have the latitude and the longitude. So right now, if I close this up, come here. So what I need to do, let me take this one out. To make use of this current weather method, we just need to pass this .weather.current weather. Inside, I'm going to pass the longitude, which is the first parameter here. So it's going to be which is response.chords.longitude. Then the next one is response.chords.latitude. Now, because this is returning an observable right here, we need to subscribe to it. To subscribe to it, we just do .subscribe, as you can see. Now, whenever you are returning an observable, when you call the method that returns that observable, you need to subscribe to that method, just like what we just did here. So we called this current weather, passing in the required parameters, then we are subscribing to it. Now inside, I can pass res, then I'll do a console.log, then pass in res. So we are going to see the result of this method. Whatever this observable returns, we are going to see it inside the console. So what we did using this get position method, we're getting the longitude and the latitude. Then we are subscribing to the current weather method, which returns an observable. Then we want to do a console.log so that we can see the results in the browser's console. So I'll save this, then open up the console, wait for it to reload, open up the console. Then right here, you can see we have this object. Inside the object, we have the returned information. Like we have the base, we are not going to use this. We have clouds, we have coordinates here, then we have coordinates for longitude and latitude. Then we have the ID, this is a timestamp. We have the main. Inside the main, we have different values like the humidity, the pressure, temperature, minimum temperature, maximum temperature. Then the name of the city, as you can see, my current city now is Tallinn. Then we have the weather array. Inside this weather, we have objects like description, icons, ID, and the main description itself. So right now you can see that this method right here, or this current weather method, is returning the current weather information using the longitude and the latitude of our device's current location. So if my location changes, and I call the watch position method, it's then going to change the current weather information to the device's current position. So right now with this, we can see we have the object that returns the weather information. So what we need to do is find a way on how to save the information using the Ionic storage, and also how we can call the data or use the information right here on the home page.